Hello, hello. This is a pre-tournament game, just kind of play things out, see how stuff goes. I've got a new version of Vyros 2 I'm playing out, and by new I mean it's a spin-off. It's not really new. It's got a Manticore instead of two Gorgons, Manticore and an Aspis instead of two Gorgons, and I'm running. Oh, there's supposed to be two Arcanists, but there's actually three. So that's a mistake. There should be one less Arcanist. And then I'm playing into Armored Core. Big surprise. It's got demo core. It's got shocktroopers, both minions. It's got a dragoon. Yeah, pretty standard Vlad 2 armored core. My opponent goes first. He gets up the board with some running, and he has really far feet ranges. So my goal is to put two Griffons in the range of his stuff and try and get him to pop feet on shocktroopers instead of demo core. I think demo core are. This is also a dead scenario, so I'm not really in a rush to get out there. I would like to try and clear this side of the board and be fighting behind these two forests, and I think that will give me the advantage I need to take this game into the late game. Using my objective for Pathfinder to get me through that forest with Imperitus, Manticore, and Discordia. So, that is roughly the plan for the game. Now, let's see what happens. Here is my bait Aspis and my bait Griffon. Shock Troopers can get to this Griffon. And Demo Core can get to this Aspis. Everything else is pretty much out of range. And I put a covering fire template out there because, you know what, why not? If they're going to go through my crap, might as well. There's also this Arcanist right here in the way, just because it kind of messes up a landing spot for that Demo Core and potentially could, I don't know, yeah, it's just there. I think I had a clever thought for it, but now that I'm recording this game, clever thought is not there. So right now I just look like an idiot looking at myself. But you know what? I'll give myself, past self, the benefit of the doubt and say there's a good reason for this Arcanist being here, other than just not valuing his life, which I really should because that's a focus every turn. So yeah. Oh, yay, we're going to go sideways. He takes his demo core, he feats on all of them except for the character Dragovich, and he runs them, after giving them retaliatory strike, he runs them into my face and bricks up into me. So yeah, that was cool. Was there something in between? Oh, this is my turn as well. So he ran and bricked up that whole group, and then he ran a Kayazay over here right by Vyros. So, what I did with my turn, and I played this turn out, unfortunately, I did not want to get hit by POW 19, Hands of Fate, Crit Stationary, Retaliatory Strike, Demo Core, because I just, with Sanguine Bond, their mini feed up, I thought, you know what, there's a good chance I fully load a Griffon or I fully load a Manticore, he gets Retaliatory Strike, gets Stationary, and he doesn't do anything. And so they're going to get all these stationary retaliatory strikes all over all my dudes that are going to be POW 19 Hand of Fates that are just going to wreck me. Or I could just not touch any of them and smush them in with my jacks and put a covering fire template like this right under all of them. So if they get stuck there next turn, they're all going to take a POW 12 at armor like 16. And that's going to be cool and funny. And then I'll just kill them all next turn. That way I'm only taking one Hands of Fate POW 16s instead of some Retaliatory Strike Hands of Fate 19s and then their Vengeance POW 16s and then another set of Hands of Fate POW 16s. And yeah, so I realize I do not need all the Arcanists that I have. So I pop feet, I run an Arcanist in front of that Dragoon, I run an Arcanist to get in the way of these Man of War. I charge this Griffon at him. And I messed him up a little bit, left him on like 2 boxes. Vyros 2 killed the defense 20 Kayazay eliminator because, well, he's Vyros 2. I needed to roll a 10, but whatever, I got attempts at it. Discordia comes up and sprays down this whole unit of Man of War. More importantly, sprays down the officer so they cannot give the orders. And there's only this Griffon that is in range of those Man of War. So yeah, and I popped feet because I thought, maybe he'll kill some stuff and Imperitus will get a move through this gap and go to their caster. So that's what I was thinking. Looking back at this now, 2020 hindsight, it's not really a good turn to pop feet. He's just going to mess stuff up. He's not actually going to kill anything. So yeah, this is where the board ends up. He killed one Griffon. Yep. Oh, and he messed up Imperitus. This dude right here, Mr. Dragovich, with his 2 attacks, walked over, crit freezed Hands of Faded on Imperitus, and he's like, yay, now I'm a weapon master, dun 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 dun, and then basically proceeded to 2-hit Imperitus and trigger Phoenix Protocol to the box. And I was like, whoa, hi, hi, Dragovich. Yeah, that hurt. So Imperitus got messed up really, really badly. Cool. And he just ran his Dragoon around behind me, and he was kind of weirded out that I didn't kill any of his mana work or his shock troopers, because apparently no one does that. He felt like he was going to get some hits on. So it's my turn now. I'm going to make this pretty simple and skip a lot of little unnecessary details. Everything right here and everything right here and that I kill. And I stick an Arcanist in front of the Dragoon, and I should have given it more attention, but I just decide let's stick an Arcanist in front of it. Yep. So yeah, screen looks like this. That's pretty much how that goes. And now I don't have a feat turn. Vyros 2 is on a 1 camp. He should have been on a little bit more. I've pretty much taken his guts off the table right now. So he's like, yeah, let's go for assassination, because this is a dead-ass scenario. Sorry for cursing, completely unnecessary. And he does not have any way of going and scoring that zone without dying. And I'm actually sadly going to keep scoring this zone, and he has to kill 3 models that are... Imperitus is pretty easy to kill, but the Aspis and the Griffon will be annoying. You can bulldoze them out. Scenario is actually going to start favoring me, which is dumb, because I've played this entire game in this little pocket right here, and I haven't broken out of that pocket. In any other scenario, we have problems. But because this scenario is dumb and dead, he just can't afford to put a Warjack over in this zone every freaking turn. And I've got Arcanist running around to contest stuff if I really need to, because I don't care about them as much. Now that the work that they needed done is done. So here's his assassination run. Lots of things, bulldoze and take shots at Vyros 2. Can't get unengaged. Vlad comes up and does a razor wind into Vyros 2. It does really well. This guy, the shock trooper, walks around and kills the Arcanist. The other shock troopers kill Imperitus. This bulldoze clamjack just bulldozes its way over to Vyros 2, and then auto-hitting POW 18's Vyros 2. That does a... No, he rolled bad on that, but it used up my shave, if I remember right. And the razor wind needed a... He did the bulldoze and got engaged to Vyros 2, and then the razor wind needed... it was like a 12 or something to hit, and he ended up hitting it. And then I think we played this wrong. The Dragoon charged into Vyros 2's butt, and I think we did a POW 17 damage roll, and it should have been a POW 14 damage roll on 4 dice. It kills Vyros 2 to the box, and I can't remember if we treated it as a 17 or a POW 14 weapon master. But yeah, Vyros 2 died. That's how this story tragically ended. Was a good game, was fun. I made the classic. It's a stupid mistake. When you're going to go up massively on attrition, make sure you don't lose on scenario and assassination. That's all that hard work. Just toilet, flush it down the toilet, because that's where the hard work goes. If you don't cover your lose conditions of scenario and assassination if you're going to take attrition. Because attrition is just a means to an end. It is a means to assassination or attrition or clock or scenario. I said attrition in there. I meant clock, attrition. I said it again. Oh my, slap myself around a little bit. I mean a scenario, assassination, or clock. Attrition is a means to one of those three things. Assassination, scenario, clock. I just kept wanting to say attrition again. It's stuck in my mouth. Yeah. So going up on attrition of killing his whole army, if it's not getting me towards scenario or assassination, and I'm leaving myself open to one of those, it's sadly working against myself. Yeah. So now I want to talk. This is going to go directly to the Khador player, who's one of my teammates. I think he's a very good player, very competitive player, and he's still someone newish to the game, but he's picking it up so freaking fast. So here is my message to you, and I want to go backwards in time. Yep, here's the assassination run. I'm going to go backwards in time to this turn right here. I want to talk with you about circling the wagons. It's something, or doing the circle war. This is something that you've seen in my other videos, and we even talked about it briefly. I think it's one of the next levels to your progression, is recognizing when someone has the ability to kill your army, and you have the ability to kill their entire army, which is in the case of this situation. If I alpha on you, I kill your army. If you alpha on me, you pretty mess up my army. It's pretty bad. So, you have the feat tipping the scales in your favor. I have force tipping the scales in my favor. I can use the force to get the position I want and threaten attrition or possibly cut your army in half. You have a feat that gets you insanely far up the board, hard hitting, and then hard to kill. I want you to leverage that feat. And what that will lead to is going around in a circle until you alpha on me, and then you get to pop your feet on your guys, and then you alpha me. Because if these demolition core, so instead of doing this, I only have a couple of real threat ranges. Griffons can go 13. They can threat 13 inches, but their real threat range is about 11 inches. So you put your guys out of 11 inches of these Griffons somewhere in this area right here. You see that I am favoring towards this side, and you take your shock troopers as far up as you can get them safely to right about here, and you start pushing me into that side. And then with Pathfinder and other things, you're going to try and get the alpha. And this is going to turn into a circle battle. I don't know when it is going to happen. I don't know when you're going to get the alpha. My plan in this circle battle, that I was expecting this to go, I did not expect you to run your whole entire army into my face, but it's like, okay, cool, whatever, when it happened. I expected next turn for you to bring your army to right here, and then me to take my whole army and just run it into these Man of War. And that's the alpha I give you. I would try and make it really hard for you to get shock trooper alpha, but I would try and run my whole entire army into your shock troopers, make it so they don't really have a chance to charge. And then just try and keep like an Arcanist there. That's why Eiryss is over here on this side. I intended to abandon this side of the map the whole time, and I want her to run over here. There's a Dragoon over there. Dragoon's going to kill Eiryss, so she is not going to do a good job of contesting that zone. She's just going to suck at it, and Dragoon's just going to eat her and then continue on to eat something else. But yeah, I digress. Try, and it doesn't need to turn into a circle war. That's one of the paths this often takes. Try to get the alpha with your feet, and then have the defense, and that gets the full use of your feet. You're getting the offensive output, and you're getting the defensive output of your feet, and that's what I want to see. And this is stuff you probably already know. It's just what I think. That's the only thing I can fault you in this game from a big concept perspective. So, yep. think about it a little bit, but let's talk about it a little bit more. And good game, man.